Hey, what's going on this morning, guys? It's me, Rusty, 78609 Central Texas, USA, cruising down the highway. Highway 29, I'm going west. I'm going towards Llano, Texas. It's double L-A-N-O, and double L in Spanish should be pronounced Y, it should be Llano. However, the English people that speak and people that live here call it Llano, not Llano like it should be. But anyway, so I'm headed to Llano, Texas. For what? Well, I'll tell you. The deal on the dog has fallen through, and that's good news and bad news. Romeo ran off with Juliet, I guess, and that's the end of that chapter of my life. However, I'm on the way to take back a 40-pound bag of dog food. Well, y'all enjoy this drive. This is on the way to Llano, Texas, in the Texas Hill Country. It's a really pretty place. There's a lot of deer hunting up here starting in November every year. It goes for about 2.5 months. Whitetail deer, that's another story. Let's stick on the pet deal. The pet deal went south. The details of which I will keep silent on because it's not proper to discuss those, I don't think. Having said that, I did learn a lot about acquiring a young dog pet, and thank every one of you for your thoughtful comments regarding how to care for and maintain a small dog, because I had never thought of about 2/3 of those, I promise you. And no knowledge is wasted. Okay, no knowledge is wasted. So everything that I learned about acquiring and maintaining a small dog may come back into use at some point in my career. I don't know. However, as it turns out, I have to tell you, I didn't sleep good last night either. I didn't sleep worth shit. So 2 nights in a row, I've been kind of off balance, and primarily because I kept thinking about how am I going to tolerate, or how am I going to make this work in that RV. See, I live in an RV. You people that live in homes, it's hard for you to visualize the small space that I have. I mean, the walkways in my RV are narrow, they're not very long, and so the dog would be constantly underfoot, okay? And as to sleeping arrangements, the only real spot would be next to my bed, or on my bed, which ain't gonna happen. And and I got to checking on a lot of things about, how much. I went by a veterinarian's office, talked to the girl, the assistant or whatever they call her, and I asked her. I said, "Look, I'm thinking about getting a small poodle, and it's a puppy and so forth. What should I be aware of and think about for the future of that puppy?" And what she told me was, to properly care for the dog like a child, actually, you need to monitor any physical problems. Like if they're flopping their ears, they've probably got ear mites, they've got diarrhea, they've probably got some kind of a worm that you need to get rid of fairly quickly. And, they get all kind of illnesses just like human beings. And, you have to take them to the vet. And the vet is not inexpensive. Now, you don't have to. You can just let your dog die if that's what you choose to do. And, but anyway, it looked like, she said that the average cost of a vet visit, if it's not anything out of the ordinary, just come in and have him check him and maybe get some medication, about $150 a pop. And so, I factored that in, and the the financial considerations weren't all of it. I mean, I was thinking about a companion and all the benefits. I'm weighing benefits and so forth, and there were a lot of benefits. And based on what I read in the comments that y'all sent me, there are a number of benefits, and but Romeo will live happily with Juliet, and that's another thing I thought about too after this fell through. Yeah, it's probably better because I'm older. I'm 71, and that puppy is a child. That child is going to want to be, let's go play ball or fetch or whatever, and teach him tricks because they're apparently intelligent little dogs, and they want to do those things naturally. And it'd be better if he was with either a younger couple or with some children, in my opinion. So, in looking at the whole picture, and when the deal fell through, I thought, well, I'm not going to rejuvenate it. Let's just let this chapter close delicately and go on with my life. Actually, I have to tell you the truth. I was relieved that the deal fell through. I was. And I don't know if that's a selfish feeling or what, but there I was with all that stuff in the RV. I had that 40-pound bag of feed, and I was trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. I had the little potty things, and the collar, and the leash, and the this, and the that. I even made some little homemade toys. And, and I'm thinking, there's no room for this in this little RV. And the real deal killer for me was a lady. I was walking, and she has a small dog, and I've talked to her a few times, and she told me, she said, yeah, they're wonderful companions, blah, blah, blah. She said, as long as you keep them, as long as they've got a backyard, as long as you've got a backyard for them to run and play in and all that kind of stuff. Well, I don't have a fenced backyard. Okay, I don't. My backyard is not fenced. And so, anyway, having analyzed that situation a little more in detail, it has ended happily for me and Romeo. Romeo will get to run off with Juliet and live happily ever after, and I will get to go crawl back in my hole and pull the lid shut again and go on with my life. And anyway, again, the comments were very enlightening. In fact, it was so enlightening I almost got confused because there's so many things I hadn't thought about. Number one, the different numbers, different breeds. I didn't know there were that many different breeds of dogs. My God, I never even heard of some of those y'all guys brought up. But anyway, I did check them out, and they're all great. I mean, they're all wonderful, and they would work. But ideally, you need a fenced backyard, or you need if you've had dogs, and you're used to having dogs, then I think that it would work. But I'm not. I haven't had a pet around me in 40 years. In fact, I haven't had anything around me in 20-something years. But anyway, we're coming into Llano, Texas now. This is Highway 29 West, and it's a very nice little town. If you ever think about retiring and coming to Texas, Llano, Texas is really a neat little town. The Llano River runs right through the center of town, and it's beautiful hill country all around. And they've got a little, actually it's an 18-hole golf course. It's a community municipal golf course, a nice little golf course. They've got a big RV park right next to the golf course, and if you stay at the RV park, they give you a special deal on golfing, which for you guys that are traveling around, check it out. It's a really nice little town. Of course, you got to remember, these are pretty much rednecks. In fact, the place I'm going to is called Lissy's, Lyssys, Lissy's Feed Store. And it's an old feed store that's been around here for about 100 years. And they open at 7 a.m. in the morning and close at 6 in the evening, 6 days a week. Or maybe it's a half a day on Saturday, I'm not sure. But it's just one of the old Llano families. And anyway, when I called this morning to ask if it was okay to return the 40-pound bag of dog food, the lady I talked to was named Whitney. Her name is Whitney Lissy. And Whitney told me that, she said, well, have you eaten any of it? I said, no. She said, well, in that case, you can bring it back. I mean, that's the kind of response you get in a small town. Anywhere else it'd be, oh no, you got the restocking fee. Yeah, I hear you. But anyway, we're sliding in. I'll stop it when we get to Lissy's because they wouldn't really like me coming in with a camera. These people are, they're country. I'm telling you. And but you'll see, I'll pull in here and you'll see all these deer stands. See these right here, these big green boxes. Those are all deer stands. This is all deer stands, deer blinds, whatever you want to call them, and deer feeders. This is big business in Llano, Texas. Trust me. But anyway, this is the feed store right here, and it's been around here for ages. And these old farmers and ranchers around here, this is where they come to do business. And inside, you get here early in the morning, there'll be a little coffee clatch. And I guarantee you, if you go in there and say something about Hillary Clinton, you're fixing to get your ears burned right off down to the roots. But anyway, having said that, thank y'all again for your comments. Romeo is gone, run off with that damn woman. I figured he would. And, you can't ever trust a woman. She talked him into something I knew he didn't want to do. But anyway, having said that, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, folks. Enjoy your day. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios. Bye. Bye.